The other day I posted something about the perception of people cannot judge who you are as a person. So I really think like it's really like for the younger generation that I want to say that, you know, don't really like go too deep into that, because at the end of the day, this stuff really can harm you. We see a lot of people harming themselves because of social media abuse.
You said to my colleague not very long ago, only a couple of months ago, you feel racism at football is at an all-time high.
Definitely.
Why do you think it is so bad?
I think personally because a lot of these companies really like, if you want to stop something, you can really do it, but they don't, because I think it's like it's a vicious circle. You know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff involved where basically like you can stop the Super League in one day, but you can stop racism or track somebody that did the insult also in half an hour. You can't do that. I mean, there is no logic to me. And that's where it's like, you know, we as players, we can say like, yeah, we can boycott social media, but I think it's those companies that have to come and talk to the teams or to the governments or to the players themselves and find a way how to stop it, because I really think they can.
And how important is it for you that a club like Chelsea is launching this competition in the name of the No to Hate campaign?
I think it's very important, basically, it's very important that we as a club can make a statement and take a position as well, because a lot of people look at us, and I think us as a club, we have to take a very strong position against discrimination of all forms.
It's a club that in the past hasn't necessarily had the best history in terms of issues of discrimination, of racism amongst the fans. How do you reflect on that?
As a player, I just was focused on what I had to do for the team. I was not looking what the stuff outside. I think right now, from the owner to us, the players, we as a club, we are really putting out a statement and taking a position that stuff like that should not be tolerated. Because in our team, we have a lot of players that represent the club from different nationalities, different skin colors, different religions. Also the women's team, where it's the same thing. So I think us as a club, I think we should be an example for other teams.
What does it feel like when you take a knee in the stadium and there are boos?
To be honest, in the first few games that I've been here, really, it didn't happen. So I haven't been through it like that. You know, us as players, we are taking statements, but I think sometimes we can take stronger statements than only taking a knee.
What would you like to see done?
I think we should, basically the captains of every team and 4 or 5 players, like the big personalities of every team, should have a meeting with the CEOs of Instagram and governments and the FA and the PFA, and we should just sit around the table and have a big meeting about it, how we can attack it straight away. But also not only from the men's game, but also from the women's game. I think just all of us together and just have a big meeting and have a conference and just talk about stuff that needs to be addressed to protect the players, but also to protect fans and younger players that want to become professional footballers.
Do you ever get tired of the fight, of
No.
the responsibility?
No, because I have to fight, because I'm not fighting only for myself, I'm fighting for my son, for my future kids, for my brother, for all the other players and their kids, you know, for everybody. Because at the end of the day, football should be an enjoyable game. You cannot kill the game by discrimination. That should never happen. Football is joy, is happiness, and that should be it. It shouldn't be a place where you feel unsafe, and because of the opinion from some uneducated people.